First World Order Radio. Finally, we are on the air. No doubt. All right.
There's always going to be somebody in the building on First World Order Radio.
We get on into some of that order consciousness tonight.
First World Order Radio every Wednesday, 8 p.m.
We got to talk about what is taking place on the planet.
There's always going to be somebody in the building on First World Order Radio. First, we need to let you know we're going to be doing more shows, giving out more information on Wednesdays. Wednesday at 8 o'clock, we are now going to make this the hottest day of the week.
Preceding others in time, order, importance. The most prominent parts, voices, or instruments. Earthly state of human concerns in existence. An indefinite multitude, quantity, or distance. System regulates to bring about specifics in the group based on value and natural characteristics. Current radiates electromagnetistics of sound through the air, same as your thoughts transmits it. Preceding others in time, order, importance. The most prominent parts, voices, or instruments. Earthly state of human concerns in existence. An indefinite multitude, quantity, or distance. System regulates to bring about specifics in the group based on value and natural characteristics. Current radiates electromagnetistics of sound through the air, same as your thoughts transmits it.
You need to understand how magical this, something like this every Wednesday can become. So you need to start getting your calendar right, get your schedule right. You need to know our intention straight out.
All right, so, these clues are given throughout the various languages was to piece the puzzle of this ancient mystery school back together again.
And what we plan on doing, both of us, is bringing y'all some surefire dynamite. We're going to take this level up a notch. We're going to have stuff to do here. This is not just going to be about philosophies and theories, shit that works.
Peace. We back once again with Dr. Alim Bey. We got a great show for you tonight. My man, Brother Azzaziel, is on. Brother Azzaziel, you here?
Unmuted? Hold on.
Yeah, you here, Brother Azzaziel?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. We can't hear you good.
Okay, I was trying to figure out this phone. I never really used the phones like this. I usually use it from a distance. But,
right.
Well, I'm glad to be here, brother. One of the most spiritual shows and great radio shows I'm starting to hear more about. And feel like I can actually go into some deep, some metaphysical occult superfood or some shit.
Oh, no doubt. We ready for you. You're the master metaphysician and occultist, so we ready to hear what you got for us. What's going on in the current event?
Well, I put an A in front of the master of. A master of. We all masters, brother. I look at you that way. I see you like that. You and all the rest of the brothers, Bobby and Phil. So this is going to be a great conversation. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is actually, first thing I want to mention is the passing of my brother Uriel Bey, Prince Uriel.
Yeah, no doubt. We definitely want to get into that.
Right. I don't know if I'm going to go into the conspiratorial part of it, but knowing that brother, because he did a couple of classes for me, and we talked a good long while, and we knew each other for a little while, and he gave me just about most of his material as far as his Latin CDs, his new book, and all of his DVDs that he had, and actually made up copies for him also. And he did a couple of lectures for me. So, brother, for my time dealing with him, only showed me one thing, and that thing was love. This dude actually emanated love in a certain way, and I couldn't really put my finger on it, but after he graduated, I reflect back. And when you reflect back, you see more. that this brother was really had his heart into everything that he was doing. Okay, and he had a lot of love, and I never seen him get out of his character. Never seen him get angry. If somebody asked him something, if he had it, he would give it, offer it, knowledge. I mean, it was just incredible. So I said, and then at the same time, from what I heard, he wanted to leave. Okay, so and I know where that energy is too. Okay, because in the world that we're living in today, the more spiritual you become, or if you become as spiritual as you could be, you vibrate on a 9 number, which means you might be in your last incarnation and been here quite a few times, you see. Yeah. Whereas other people may not be, they might be in other grades where they have a long way to go. Like you say something on the radio or at a lecture, they don't know what the hell you talking about. You know what I'm saying? I've seen lectures with you did a lecture, and I've seen people call some of the stuff, the astral plane, that's some fake stuff that's invisible, you know what I'm saying? So it's given that they cannot and should not, based on their level of incarnation and what they agreed to come here for. You can't throw them 6th grade information if they're in the 4th grade.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
No doubt about that. Yeah, I
got
you.
So we both see eye to eye on that. I know you see that really, really well. So, but anyway, back to Uriel.
Yeah.
Want to definitely send out some powerful energy to him. He is, every time somebody passes on graduates from this realm, before it happens, I usually, when I'm doing my tarot, a death card will come up. And this is like the 3rd time now,
right.
And sometimes it throws me off because I know I know it means a whole lot of other stuff. But then turn around, somebody will graduate.
Right.
So I said, wow. Secondly, I want us to send out some powerful Moorish thoughts to my brother Arnold who usually is over at the National Black Theater on Wednesday night. Him and his queen at the door. The brother's in the hospital right now and not looking too good. So we want to send out some powerful energy to him as far as being in our thoughts.
Definitely. Send energy right now.
Right. And I say that because he had just come into this kind of information and knowledge, and he has a lot of fervor for it, and he's seeking more, and he is having input into it. So it seems as though his path is not done yet, but who are we to actually speak on that? But we'll still send the energy out to help him along.
No doubt.
Yes. All right, so brother, what do you actually want to get into? You want me to just go on? Just because I can do that too.
Hey, we want you to take it wherever you want to go. We're gonna go into some current events. If you've seen the movie Django, if you want to talk about Sandy Hook shootings and the connections, whatever you want to go into, you can take it.
Okay, cool. Now, I haven't seen the movie Django, but I have heard from persons who have seen it that it was actually dealing with contracts. So, and I heard one of the biggest contract was dealing with freedom. So I'm going to actually probably, because I really don't like to go to the movies because in New York, you don't, who the fuck just got up? You know what I'm saying? There's bugs all over the goddamn chair, ass. And we know about Magic Johnson theaters and all of those when they run those gas tests and all kind of shit, you know what I mean? So I'm at the phase now where I can't even do that, but I'm thinking about tomorrow breaking my own rule and go sit my ass on them bed bugs and watch the movie.
All right.
People be staring at us. We used to go and put down blankets and all kind of shit. Try to because you got to remember, when you sit down, brother, there's energy still there. There's energy. You know that.
Right.
There's energy in that seat. You don't know who the fuck just sat there, man. All kind of shit madness is going on out here. So now we got to be more aware. We got to come back into our,
Yeah, I was saying all that auric debris.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I don't want to bring that shit home with me. You know what I'm saying? You leave the movie theater, you talk about the movie, and all of a sudden some other shit going on, you know? So, yeah, you got to watch your energy everywhere you go and everything you do. I was went to the post office today, and I stopped at this store to get a coffee, and it's like a pizza parlor kind of store, you know, but they sell coffee and all that shit. So I said, I need a coffee to snap out of it for a minute. And I looked in the back. There was this big, hairy cracker, just, you know, with his bare hands, pressing and pulling, you know, kneading the dough and all kind of shit. I said, oh, damn, you know? And it just hit me that way, whereas you got a group of all these teenagers and people standing around looking at him, can't wait to eat that shit. And that is just really, really phenomenal. I mean, just to show, it showed me the level of the mind control. The level of it. I mean, they get to just show somebody some shit right in front of their face. And they don't see it, man. It's really, really crazy, man. And that's because of all these iPads and the cell phones and the cable and all of that electronics. If you're not aware of it, then it does more harm to you. Okay? But if you're aware of it, the most harm it'll do to you will be physical.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But if you're not aware of it, it does the spiritual thing and the physical thing. And I got one person now.
What you got? What you got for that?
Oh, we got plenty of things for that. But I'm gonna get to that. We have a person now who I don't like to call anybody a patient, but you know, that are full of all kind of implants and chips. And so we're directing her in the right way. But how are you gonna come to me for the type of technology to combat what's wrong with you, while you still eating chicken, you still eating sweet potatoes, you still eating all kind of all that garbage going into your body? You can't fight shit off. I don't give a damn what you do. All that food you just put in your body got implants in it. Okay, they put demonic spirits in purified water. That's why they purify it. So they could do their rituals and send that water out, and you think you're getting fresh, good, clean water. They got nothing in it but spirits. What they put in it. The food, as well as I know, that anything you buy that's got packaging on a shelf is poison. It's got arsenic in it, high levels of arsenic. You can't even everything out here is for mind control, and if you don't go along with the mind control, death. And that's what the food is all about. That's what the food is all about. So you could go, like, we used to drink condemned grape juice, which I recommend to a lot of people because it was the only damn grape juice out here. But we hooked up with some people who actually have a vineyard up in upstate New York, and they come down every summer and give you fresh crushed grapes. So now, and then as you grow in knowledge, you realize that everything in the store, if it's in a package, how the fuck does grape juice stay on the shelf for 3 weeks? When they just burn the grapes down from just crushed, and you put it on your table for 1 day, that shit's gonna turn to wine.
Yep.
You see? So that's the difference in what you're getting purposely, and all you got to do is go back. And I don't know if you got my email, brother, but I just sent you 5 of the matrices.
I didn't appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, brother. If you read those matrices, you'll see in there. They systematically started this going all the way back to Rome, or further back.
Yeah.
We did it as in a positive way. We used mind control in a positive way when we were dealing with the Hashashim. Yes, they get all mind control from us, but they don't have the melanin, the sufficient amount of melanin to put the love into it, to cause you to use it in a positive way. That's why if you really, to be honest with you, the black man has what we call the black man. I call him more, but so that people listening can understand what I'm trying to say to them as far as us as melanated beings. They don't have the capacity to love like you do. They don't have that. Okay? The ones that do have it, they're not even white. You don't even see real white people anymore. Most of them can't even come outside. Real white people can't even come outside anymore. Okay? And this is a fact. Right. If you go outside and you go down south or wherever, you see a redneck. That ain't a real redneck. His eyes are brown. Okay? That's melanin. Okay? That's melanin. That means he got some black somewhere in his family. Okay? And to quote a scientist on this, this dude dealt with sexual energy, Wilhelm Reich. Wilhelm Reich said that. He said that the Europeans that are being produced today need to terraform the planet in order for them to survive, and that's what's going on. That's what's going on. So, but the good thing about that is that nature is on our side. So we see something like a Sandy. If you see like a Sandy take place, that Sandy actually, where does sand come from? Africa. Okay?
Right.
That's Africa. They coordinated this whole, because they knew the Sandy was coming. They couldn't stop it. They used HAARP to try to stop it. But it was actually dealing with our spiritual energy. It was actually dealing with our own spiritual energy, which was Mama Wati or Lakun or Oshun or one of those, or any other deity you want to apply to it. As long as you don't stick to that one deity, you won't limit its power.
Right.
You see, you call it by many names. If you say a prayer, you say that prayer in many, many, many names. Learn as many names as you possibly can to give it those different dimensions of power. Okay? And you always say those words through the Vesica Pisces. You put your hands up like the shape of the vagina. Okay? And I'm here to test it. That's like if you had a basketball game and you hollering and shit. Nigga, that shit is intensified when you do your hands like that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So we had Sandy, and right after that you had the Sandy Hook. Of course, they trying to coordinate with, because that's the deception. Because that Sandy really ain't messed nobody up but Europeans. Anytime you see, and I said this before on many radio shows, anytime you see the disaster happen to Europeans, that's nature. But if you see it happen to any place that's African or Moorish or indigenous, then that's HAARP. Okay? Because we knew how to build and where to build. We wasn't fucking stupid, like they pretend to make you seem like. Oh, they just had a fucking earthquake and killed every fucking body. That's bullshit. We know how to set up. We know where to set up. We know when the land is safe. All right? So that was caused, of course, by HAARP. But HAARP used an entity that they never put back to sleep. There's a huge entity that Tucson the Overture and them had used that was never put back to sleep. Okay? All right? So there's a couple of movies that I think everyone should go see, because lately I've been talking a lot about how to move away from European society. Because, to be honest with you, if they really wanted to fix this economy, all they got to do is give niggas reparations. To be honest. They don't want to fix this shit.
Right.
It's bullshit. No, they don't want to fix it, bro. They could easily fix it. Look, more science says that rich always take care of the poor. That's how society stays equal and level. Rich take care of poor. If you rich, nigga, you born rich because you're supposed to come take care of poor niggas. Okay, that's more science. They're not doing that, bro. That's why they decreed all type of shit on different levels of more in different ages. Some ages we don't even fucking know about. Okay, and when I say ages, I'm talking decades, not hundreds of years, not thousands of years. I'm talking decades when it comes to them.
Right.
Okay. So their program is still going on today. Their program is still going on today. So, okay, we don't want to tax the so-called, this is politics now I'm talking, we don't want to tax the middle class. We're just going to tax the rich and guess who else? The poor. Okay, because they want to do away, after pushing you into an area where you think you're poor, now we want to do away with the poor, okay? Because poor is really, we all know, a state of mind. A state of mind. Because every nigga I know that say he broke and ain't got this and got that, got on $100 sneakers and so forth, $300 jeans and all that. All right? Yeah, brother, so there's a very interesting movie that just came out in Germany, but you could watch it on Netflix or you could rent it, and it's called Hell. And in that movie, it shows you how the planet Earth heats up 5 degrees. And once it heats up 5 degrees, it shows you how Europeans just start going crazy and revert back like a savage nature and started killing each other and all of this. It's a brand new movie, and it's dealing with global warming. The Earth heats up 5 degrees. Now, you got to understand the difference between us and them when it comes to melanin. Right. Let's look at it like this. We are very similar when it comes to radiation when you're dealing with roaches. Roaches, we are like the roaches. Roaches are not insects, but they are bugs. And those bugs never kill each other. But they will sometimes congregate and hang out with each other, but they don't have no system, like bees and ants, kings, queens, and all that. They don't have a system. They're outside of the insect system. And they just hang out over there in the corner together sometimes. You see them hang out over there, but most of the time you see one there, one there. They just do what the fuck they want. That's the roach. You got to understand that. This nigga is radioactive resistant, like you. You are more radioactive resistant than the European. Okay? He can't be fucking killed. The roach cannot be killed. This is the oldest living thing on planet Earth, and they come from Mars, and they grow from dead tree roots. Okay? Because how do you know that? Because all insects, the roach, the termite, bugs, those bugs release methane. And we know that on the surface of Mars is heavy methane. Okay? So we are similar to those roaches. They brown with fucking black fur on their ass. So you got to understand why we don't fit into their system, because they're thinking like insects, kings, soldiers, workers. Meanwhile, you're thinking like a roach. Freedom. Okay? So we downgrade and we look at, just like even in the Bible tell you to watch the ant. Okay? How the strength that the ant have. Oh, I'm telling you to watch the roach. Okay? Watch the roach. It's smaller. You understand what I'm saying? And if you watch the roach, you will know your fucking self, because they act just like niggas. They eat any fucking thing. A nigga will eat any fucking thing. You hear me?
And still survive.
Right. So roaches and termites, flies, all of those are bugs. And you have the insects, which are ants, and those systems are cool too if that's what you want to be in. If you want to get up and go to 9 to 5 every day as a worker, and that's your job until you die to serve the queen, cool. You know what I'm saying? That is, some people are born to do that. Maybe they came to do that. But I'm gonna do. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's no wonder the roaches hang around us more than any fucking body else.
Ain't that something?
Now, if you go to YouTube,
right?
Go to YouTube. There's an old television series. There's an old television series that came out, I think, right before Wonder Woman series, and it was called ISIS. It's called ISIS, and you can watch this on YouTube, and it's very powerful. The show starts off breaking down who ISIS is, showing a black woman. Okay, that's how it comes on.
Right.
Now, when the show comes on and she changes from who she is from her normal personality to Wonder Woman, she has to do all these Egyptian incantations. And then she turns into ISIS. And when she turns into ISIS, her powers are very interesting. Her powers are she could stop time and rewind time and make things levitate. Okay? So now that's very interesting that they would put come out with this old TV. Now, I remind you, this comes out in the 70s. And I'm pretty sure it slept by on, a lot of people slept on it. But if you watch it, it's almost positive the guy that made this TV series was an occultist. But they had to hide it because the show is corny. It's all about white life and be good and all that shit. But what they're doing is showing all the power and the magic in the incantations that she's using in this ISIS TV series. And the reason why and see, you got to remember, her powers, when she's able to stop time, deals with infinity. And that's what the black woman is, infinity. Just like the black man is eternity. So it's a very interesting, and for anybody who wants to check this out, you just go to YouTube and type in ISIS. This is really, really interesting. I mean, it's a whole bunch of TV shows and things we got to go back and look at. Okay, we got to go back and look at Gone with the Wind, where the mammy in there came up with the term white trash, calling these white children white trash all through the movies. You see, and that's a heavy, heavy, heavy movie. One of the heaviest movies I've seen recently is Abraham Lincoln versus the Vampires, where Frederick Douglass was supposed to go on a mission, but he told Abraham Lincoln, "You got to make me a writ so I could get there, or they're gonna mistake me for a slave." So he wrote him
Yeah. Exactly what he said.
That's what he said. And then the whole movie was basically about silver. Okay? Silver.
Right.
That was the only way they could defeat the so-called bankers who were vampires in the movie. Okay? Very heavy movie. I mean, you got to watch. That whole movie is just dropping a lot of powerful, powerful information. Yeah. So let me touch a little bit on some of the. I just did a class at the National Black Theater last week called Superfood, and we talked a lot about some of the food that a person may want to. If you can find it in your neighborhood, try. You could do it if you really put a strong effort into it. In your farmers markets or your open door type markets may have these types of foods. And one is the dulce seaweed. You may have to, if you live in a city, you may have to go to a health food store for that one. But that is one of the foods you want to have right now. That's a superfood. And you can crush that up after it dry. You could dry it out, crush it up, and make a nice avocado dip with put some hemp seeds in there too, which all three of those are powerful superfoods. Really, really powerful type food. And see, the avocado, and the reason why I'm saying this is I get these questions a lot. The avocado is really, really good to replace meat. And so is the hemp seed, because the hemp seed kind of has like almost like a bready kind of texture, but it's not bread at all. It's the hemp seed, itself, superfood. Purple kale is another one. The green kale, I used to get that, but then they started genetically modifying that. It has some of that has GMOs, and I don't know which one. So the purple kale is the original. So I said, okay, now I'm gonna just stick directly to the purple kale now. And I see that in a lot of supermarkets. So if you go to, not a lot of supermarkets, but I see that in one called Fairway. You could probably get it definitely at the farmers market. I think they have 2 or 3 different varieties. One is from Russia. You want to get that. And then if you could find, this is around the season for this right now, is the purple pear. The purple pear is a small, one of the smaller pears, and a pear is actually better than an apple because the apple comes from the pear, actually. So you want to get the pear, the purple pear. Even if you can't get the purple pear, any pear is good. And apple is not bad either. It's just that I prefer the pear, the fiber in the pear. The pear is just a much better animal than the apple. Has too much sugar, I think. Then you have the purple corn, which you could usually you don't see it on the stalk, but they'll have like the kernels in a bag for you to pop, like a popping corn. You can find it like that, and that you could probably find online or any health food supermarket. And of course, my favorite, the purple potatoes. Even though I don't eat them that much, but anytime you feel like you get if you're coming off of meat and you're getting a strong meat craving, That's might be the root to get. It's a root. Edible root is the purple potato, and then the purple carrot is really, really good. And I thought it tasted just like the orange carrot until I ate one, and no way, man, it tastes way better. It has to be purple on the inside too, though, and that is good for the crown chakra. And then the purple broccoli, of course, but I don't recommend broccoli unless you're dealing with somebody who has cancer or something like that. Otherwise, I wouldn't even eat it because it's not really food. It was discovered by the French, and the French just was starving and shit, and they just saw a bunch of bushes and said, yo, let's eat that shit. But most of the foods and most of the plants that are in nature are edible. A lot of people don't know that. And most of the trees that you see, just the trees you walking down the street, you can eat almost all of those leaves on all those trees while they're coming in, when they're real small. Once they get big, you can't eat them no more. It's too strong. All the sap traveled from the tree up into the leaves. So you got to catch it while, like in the spring, when the trees are just starting to bud. You can eat any of those leaves of any of those trees except for maybe one or two, and those are not in our region, and one is the yew tree. Okay? So it's food abundant all around you. There's a tree that's abundant here in New York, in Harlem, and I'm mentioning trees because it's really dealing a lot with spirits, and it's also dealing with you as a tree and your family tree. It is so symbolic. Even if you go back into Egypt, you'll see the reliefs have sometimes with Isis inside a sycamore tree. The sycamore tree, the reason why they had, and it's a female tree, the whole species is female. Most species have male and female, but the sycamore is an entire species of female trees, and it is that way because they call it a female tree because of it always gets a vagina at the trunk. It opens up, and if you are in a place where you can't get any water, or the water around there is poisonous, and that tree is in bloom, you can tap that tree to get fresh water, because those sycamore trees clean the water that's around it, and that'll be probably the most purest water you ever tasted in your life is coming out of that sycamore tree. They're easy to spot because they look like camouflage. They have that marine camouflage uniform shit. That's where they get it from, is that tree. So those are all things that's dealing with nature elements. Those are the things that, to survive, in my opinion, in this dimensional shift, because we definitely went through a dimensional shift. That's what Sandy was all about. That's what all these storms that are coming, and because we had 2 or 3 more right after that in New York that they kept quiet. One the other day where the wind was extremely high, which didn't feel normal to me. But a lot of that is coming through, so it's better for a person that is heavily melanated to get very, very close to nature, okay? Begin to pick, and you can start easily just by picking a tree or a animal or a insect and just study that one insect and know it to its fullest extent. And then you'll begin to see certain things unfold, some incredible things. I mean, I'm at the point now where I don't even want to kill a roach, okay? So just to honor nature, to show you because nature could devastate you. It could kill you instantly. Just like, and I always tell people this, anytime a storm comes, it'd be knocking them niggas all upside their head, crushing their houses and cars and everything. Army of fucking trees, you see? So you got to understand, trees, plants, those are the oldest creatures on planet Earth. We can't even compare to them. We call ourselves God, man. Them niggas trees come from Mars along with the damn fucking roaches. And so did you. So this stuff is very, very ancient. Very, very ancient. So for us to continue to step outside our nature and go into a world of insects. Insects, when they come to kill you, they don't have no emotions like humans do. They just kill. Okay? They just want something done, nigga. And if you don't do it, your ass is gone. That's how insects are supposed to be more intelligent, but they will kill each other. Bugs are supposed to be less intelligent, but they will not kill each other. Isn't that very interesting, brother? So These are the elements that you begin with just to even understand magic. Just to even understand how magic works, you got to understand the workings of nature. You got to understand that the ground is anything coming out of the ground, the trees and all of that, that's called low magic. Now, low magic, of course, we know don't mean that it's low, low, low. Okay? It just means it's coming up out of the earth. As opposed to high magic, which is actually dealing with you going directly to the spirits. If you think you're bad enough, you go directly to the spirits. And I recommend for those novice is to begin with prayer. Like I said, the Vesica Pisces, and speak those incantations through that Vesica Pisces. You see? So, nature is one of the things we're going to have to tap back into. Like, at the class today, a brother asked me, when you're going to have more classes on meditation, you know, what is meditation? They asked me, too, today. And I said, you've been practicing meditation, and you asking me what it is? No, I just want to see if you know. Okay? So, most of the time, you will see or go to a retreat or whatever, or go into a meditation, and most of that information that we get on meditation comes out from the New Age movement, which was, of course, after Randolph and Blavatsky and all that whole story right there. So we get a lot of this, and not putting the brother down, Montauk Chia, I like his stuff, but it's almost as if a lot of that stuff is not acclimated to melanated people. And a lot of that stuff, he holds back on a lot of things. For instance, when you meditate, when you see the caduceus, when you look at that caduceus, you see the two serpents going up. We know that means Kundalini and all of that. Okay, we know it means the rising of the Kundalini. But where is it rising from? It's rising up from, in actuality, either the male penis or the female clitoris. Meditation was when you sat there and they tell you to sit quietly and clear the mind and all that, your mind's supposed to be cleared so that the energy, your penis is supposed to get hard, and the energy of your penis circulates from the pineal gland back to the penis, and that was the caduceus. And the female, which a lot of brothers don't know, has an erection just like you do in the morning. And she's supposed to do the same thing in meditation, is connect to that lower nature with the higher nature. That's balance. You see? Not to clear your mind and there's no God out there, and that you the God that's out there. Your energy, your thoughts. Okay, that big pool that you're going back to. But in Buddhism, they teach you, and I think, I'm not sure, but I think in the Nation of Islam, when you die, that's it. Nothing's after that. But everything, me and you, we know everything is energy.
Right.
So your energy is supposed to circulate in a meditation, just a plain, regular meditation that ain't got no science in it or nothing, just a regular meditation. Your penis is supposed to be hard, or her clitoris erect, moving in a circular motion through the pineal gland. That's what you're supposed to be concentrating on, you see. But, you know, if you read these books out here and you go to those meditation centers and all of that, you know, it feels almost like your sexuality is actually suppressed.
It is suppressed, and it's done purposely. Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. So now I guess it's time, people like yourself, people like myself, people like a Phil Valentine are going to have to start really showing people what meditation is actually all about, and start teaching it, because what's happening is if they don't do that, that sexual energy gets pulled to whoever's directing it, and they use it. They can send that sexual energy out and get whatever they want done. You understand? So you sitting there, you got your mind clear. When you clear your mind, guess what? Makes it easy for shit to go in.
True. As a matter of fact, my teacher, Grandmaster Sunyata said Swati got on Mantak Chia for not teaching the proper Tibetan meditations for the women. And it was like he was suppressing the woman nature. You know, the woman energy is supposed to go up the front and down the spine. You know, he was teaching her to go up the back and down the front.
No, brother, no.
The same way that the men was doing it. So, you know, Grandma Sunyata got on him about, you know, why he's trying to suppress the, the female energy. You know, what's up with that? You know, now, Go ahead.
What did Evelyn Champagne King say? Love what?
Love come down.
Right. Her energy comes down, but it doesn't come down the same way the man's come down. It's almost like a mirror reflection.
Right.
You see? Men, what happens when your penis get hard? That shit look like it's pointing up, looking like a motherfucking turtle looking out a fucking shell. This shit traveling up. Because the female, we know, really sexuality starts in her mind. So it has to come down from the brain first for her to register. When you stimulate a woman, you better be working from the neck up and then work your way down. You better not be starting down there. You will get your ass in trouble. You see what I'm saying? But if she start down there with you like, yeah, most niggas be like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So the energy travels like that. And see, now when a man ejaculates, it reverses. Now his semen, all that's just coming down, it reverses. So when it reverses, guess what happens? When that semen reverses, he loses that semen, which, by the way, in my opinion, all sexual acts are some form of sex magic in some form or fashion. But when a man has an ejaculation, he actually loses, his semen represents male energy. When he loses that male energy, it has to be replaced on an emergency level, and the only thing that replaces it until the male energy refills itself is female energy. Okay? So at the moment of ejaculation, until you replenish, for some people it's up to 7 days, you're functioning with more female energy rather than male energy. And then the more male energy you lose, the more physical reality lessons you got to go through. But if you retain your spiritual energy, which is your male energy, by keeping a good balance, you experience your lessons spiritually. You won't have to physically do that shit. But you have to be either in balance or more on the male energy side. So when you're balanced, you don't have to, unless you have the choice. When you're balanced, you have the choice. Do I want to experience this lesson physically? Do I want to go through this shit? Or do I want to figure it out in my head and go through it spiritually and deal with it with my magic or whatever? You see? So if you lose the male energy, you've got to deal with it on a physical level. That's how the lessons work. You see? So any questions? You want to open it up, brother, for any questions to the audience?
Yep. Let's go to area code 314. Area code 314, you're on the line.
Definitely a lot of spiritual energy right there.
Let me see. Get back on here. Okay. For some reason, let me see.
By the way, brother, I just want to mention my website, which is Azzaziel.com, where you can go there, and I just put up a slew of articles and websites of dealing with Wilhelm Reich, dealing with the Montauk Project, and Oregon, and all kind of new stuff I just put up there as far as you could, free stuff, all kind of videos. And speaking of videos, there's one video that I found that I had wrote about in my book, and I don't know if anybody knows this or not, but I'm sure some people do. There are actually animals on planet Earth that do not die.
Okay. That's the first time hearing that.
No, not you, brother. I know you.
But there are animals that do not die?
There are animals that do not die on planet Earth. Okay? Now, get my new book, and I put one of the animals in my book. You can read about it. But one is the jellyfish. The jellyfish actually grows, then reverses to a child again, then goes and grows again, then reverts back to a child and continue to grow. And they can grow as big as a damn nebula. Okay, and this is well documented. They're actually doing fountain of youth tests with the jellyfish now to extend their lives.
Okay.
The jellyfish does not die. Okay, and it's symbolic of how humans, how we are born, and when we are born, we are children, and that child time is your rest period before you got to get your ass on work or whatever you got to do. But you come here to rest for a little while. And that's why you always hear, oh, what about the children? Save the children and all of that, because they are resting. That's why they came and as children. They could have been born adults, but they were born children so you could wipe their ass and do all that stuff. They ain't got to do shit but play. But they grow old, and then when you get to like really, really old in modern times, you revert back to the childhood. The only thing is you don't bounce back like the jellyfish. We lost something.
Okay.
Okay? Because we were immortal, and we are immortal still today. That gene of immortality lives within us. Not only spiritually immortal, but physically. If you go on the island of Pengai, there's a guy over there that's 850. There are people now, there's 3 or 4 people that they document is over 300, and most of the tribes they found in the Amazon, the youngest ones were 200, 300 years old. And then you can look at Henrietta Lacks. Henrietta Lacks' cells are still alive today. They use in the laboratory to kill every damn sickness because her cells won't die. So we are immortal. You must understand that. The jellyfish presents his immortality. If you go on my website, I got the videos, everything up there. You can look at all of that for yourself. So immortality, we've been trained to think everything must die. That is not true. Why I can go outside today and look at a tree, die, and come back 100 years later, that same tree is still there. Okay? You got trees on this planet that are thousands of years old.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. So death is European. I'm willing to bet once we get back into who we are as Moors, clean it up, and get back that integrity that we had, there will be no more death. Okay? The spirit and the physical will merge. One won't live inside the other. They'll merge.
Okay.
They'll be one.
Yeah, I was listening to what you were saying earlier about after the Hurricane Sandy, you had about 3 or 4 more storms in New York. And yes, they did. They kept that under wraps.
Yeah, they weren't really big storm. One was a big windstorm, and the last one was a big snowstorm.
Okay.
But yeah, they didn't say much about that. No.
Okay.
But it was a strange wind to it and a strange air to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I noticed you've been. I noticed you probably been keeping tabs on what this bullshit about the fiscal cliff thing that Barack Obama and them and the Republicans, all of them were talking about. They couldn't hardly reach an agreement until New Year's Day, So what do you think that was about?
That's a distraction, mind control, and all of that. They're going to do what they do no matter what you know. They're going to do what they do. So that's a lot of that is Big Brother. If you go see George Orwell's Big Brother, you'll see if you go see George Orwell's Big Brother, you'll see a lot of that. If you had watched it years ago, you go, wow, that's really going to happen. Now it's like, damn, that's what's going on now. You understand? So put the frog in the pot theory,
Okay.
When you put it in the warm water and heat it up, the motherfucker will just stay there. I'm saying until you boil and shit. So that's what's going on. That kind of stuff I really didn't pay too much attention to, but they're going to do a lot of rituals dealing with the number 13 this year. And the number 13, of course, being the year the European calendar 2013. He's got to do rituals to make it memorable and to make it solidify in his timeline. It has to be a glitch or a spot in this timeline that he can come back to. And so he started off with the Sandy Hook, the Sandy and all of that. And then we just had some spiritual power come down to us, for those of who knew, which was the 13th moon. And in New York, I was at a lecture, and there was no women there. So I thought that was very, very interesting.
Right.
No women out there, and it was the 13th moon in 2013. So it was really interesting power going on there. So all you need is one more 13 to complete a cycle of powerful energy, which is 13 by 13 by 13, a type of matrix, which the female represents. So it was a very powerful energy from this time we're in right now, from the last full moon to the next full moon, is this some type of strong solidification of a female energy.
Okay. Yeah. I was also of the age of Aquarius. This is more age for us, ain't it, than it is for the Europeans?
Well, I'm not a really big fan of the zodiac or what we call the horoscope or the astrology that's in our solar system.
Okay.
Being that our solar system has a history of a lot of objects that are satellites and so forth, and taking out planets like Pluto and such. So mainly I look at how the outer constellations travel, how we are centered in that sea of outer constellations, and how they work on us, and how energy coming down from Polaris, from Draco, and all of these different energies that are actually further out but bigger.
Okay.
These suns and these star systems. So there's a lot of that going on. But on our Earth here, we tend to only look at what's right in front of us. Okay,
right.
Which is good. But since we're living in a deceptive, which is starting to clear its way, but a deceptive, oppressive, demonic, I shouldn't say demonic, I should say savage system, that you can't really trust any book that you ever read or any chart you ever seen. You can't really trust that to be your map for what's out there. You're going to have to go with the very ones you can see, which is the moon and the sun. You're going to have to go with that, and a few stars. You can see Polaris. You can see that, and at times you can see Jupiter. I would go with it, the ones that I see the most, which is the sun and the moon.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was other than you were talking about HAARP earlier also. They try to use HAARP to suppress those other storms, but that shows me that HAARP has its limitations, what it can and what it cannot do.
Now, of course it has its limitations, because every society control their own weather through their thoughts. So your thoughts control the weather of New York. Basically, the thoughts of the people on a certain frequency protect New York, okay? Protect certain areas of New York. Just having a certain person around you protects you. You understand? If you're getting a crowd of people. So there's this certain protection based on the energy of the people in that particular place, okay? Who are there? Are they close to nature? What are they doing? Is this the spark? Or, whatever it is. Nature sees all that. You understand me? Because everything, in my opinion, that you see in these foreign countries, we are the originators of wearing your pants down and all of that. I'm starting to see that in Africa and every damn where. Everything we do is watched like a microscope, and it is the in thing to do, even though they're like 10 years behind, 6 years behind.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So the energy travels all over the planet, just like the clouds. Your thoughts get caught up into clouds, and the cloud might be over you right now, but that shit's going to be somewhere in China the next day.
Right.
So that's how humanity functions, based on the thoughts of other species of humanity. They learn from it. You see? And we all have species mind patterns. That's why you might have an afro, and millions of people might have afros, but not related to each other. They're bullshit. You're related to each other based on your species, your thinking. You think like me, nigga. Even though you're a fucking knuckle dragger and you ain't got no goddamn sense, you look like me, that's enough. Because that's a thought pattern. Those are thought patterns. You're thought to take the melanin. You thought to take the woolly hair. Now, of course, we are more learned than that to accept an individual just because they look like you, of course, but that's not what I'm talking about on the physical realm. I'm talking about how the energy works as far as the species is concerned on the astral plane. It causes you to think a certain way, to have the certain shade that you have and a certain texture of your hair. Every animal, every human, every type of human, or subhuman, every insect, every tree, all of them have species mind patterns. That's why that's why you don't see all kind of insects mixed up together, because they function directly from their species mind pattern. Some of them function from instinct, some of them function from thought, and we function from thought. Some function from instinct. One is not better than the other. For instance, a shark, we can't smell more than a mile, but a shark can smell blood underwater 30 miles away. Instinct. So one is not better than the other. It's just different. You understand me? A dog can smell damn near across a whole damn forest and find your ass and track you down just by what he smells. You understand me?
Right. That's deep, brother.
Yes.
You talk about the movie Abe Lincoln Vampire Hunter, like they use silver to combat the European bankers. And why was silver instead of gold was used?
Because gold is not a purifier. Gold is a good protection. Gold is a good intensifier. That's why the Egyptians wore gold, because that's why you remember their civilization more than anybody else, because it intensified their civilization. So, and gold does not deteriorate. It does disappear, though. If you hold gold in your hand for as long as it takes, it will actually disappear into nothingness, you see. So, but it doesn't deteriorate, okay? It keeps its polish and its shine no matter what you do. So it became, and then the energy, the electromagnetic energy that it produces also. So it's very good, though, now, especially if you have melanin. Especially if you have melanin, it will intensify that blackness that you have. You'll even see some of the Egyptians painted, the guards, and I think it was in King Tut's painted face black. I think it was, I'm not sure. And black and gold, you see, which are, both those colors are represented as being, gold being intensification and black being deepness. Meaning
right. Tutankhamun.
Right.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, thank you, brother. Thank you.
Professor L.
And then,
Professor, hold on a second. I'm gonna pull in another call here.
Okay, brother.
And I didn't want you to miss your point either, Azzaziel, but I want to pull in this other call right quick. 205, area code 205. Hey.
Peace,
my brother. How's everything? Everybody still there?
Everything is good.
I'm still here.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was going into the colors black and gold as far as moving toward currency. Black and gold is not the first two colors that was used by Africans. It was actually red and gold, and the red and gold was the red gold called copper. It was copper and gold, copper and black, and then later it was gold and black, because copper is your original, is who you are. It's actually, I believe, the first molecule of melanin. So copper, which I highly advise you grab it up now because it's getting ready to jump sky high, and this is from various sources. Silver and gold is kind of fluctuating now, but it's double what it was when I first saw it. Silver is a great purifier. A very, very powerful purifier, and it has so many uses that it's incredible. It dispels, every time you see a horror movie, especially like a vampire movie or a werewolf, the only thing that can really stop it is that silver. Okay? So what is it talking about when it's talking about... Yeah, what is it talking about when it's talking about werewolves and vampires? Well, you have vampires that can live off your auric field. You can have a vampire living off your auric field. Entities, demonic entities, even insects got astral bodies. You can have insects in your auric field, spiders that could put up fucking webs. You don't know why the fuck you tripping over shit or why shit ain't going right. So silver was known to purify that type of vampire. Okay? Then you also had zombies that could get into your auric field. Okay? Zombies, werewolves, vampires, and zombies. Okay? And zombies are dead animals that you didn't bury.
Mm-hmm.
Or somebody didn't bury, and you look like their master. You know, that's why they got pet cemeteries. The Native Americans had pet cemeteries, bro. We done lost all our shit.
Oh yeah, that most definitely we did.
Yeah, and most of the people walking around that are not on super conscious. I can't say conscious because everybody's fucking conscious of something. So I say super conscious. We're in 2012, 2013, and you not super conscious by now? That means you ain't supposed to be super conscious, and you're supposed to do and be where you at when shit go down.
Wow.
Okay?
Wow, I know that in every horror movie they had the silver bullets. The silver bullet can kill a werewolf. The silver cross can kill a vampire.
You could put a silver coin. You could get a brand new silver coin and put it in your water to purify your water. Okay?
Okay.
Silver is a very, very useful tool. It will pull all kind of impurities out of your body like charcoal. Damn near like charcoal. Okay? So silver is a very useful. We use these metals not as, oh, I got to have all the silver and gold. It was abundant with us. We didn't look at it that way. When this European came, it was shiny. He wanted it all. For what? It's just sitting there. No, it's made to be used. That's why it's called what? What is it called?
Okay.
Currency. Currency is designed to flow. Okay, but they want to hold on to it.
Most of the time they usually use gold as dominant over silver, you know, and from what you're telling me now is really not.
Brother, we can't believe shit they say. They got the maps all upside down and shit. Africa got all that shit upside down, and you believe what they say? Look, copper was number one, bro. Copper was number one as far as the metals went, as far as the useful metals, as far as currency. Okay? So silver and gold were in competition with each other, but guess what? In order to have gold coins, you got to put silver in it to make it hard and shiny. So the gold coins are 10% silver, and the silver is there to make the gold coin hard, because if you didn't put the silver in, it would be able to bend. You'd be able to bend it with your free hands.
Mm-hmm.
You see. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that just shows you the value of all three of those metals, and there are other metals that are very valuable, like lead.
That's part of alchemy, right?
Well, no, alchemy is a process of taking two components and creating a whole new component, which is the number three, the triangle. That's a process. It's not
okay.
It's a process that you or change or raise of the kundalini to merge with something else. Is to create a new thing from two things that you previously had. Okay.
Okay.
So no, it wouldn't be alchemy in that sense. No.
Okay.
Now we can go into the word alchemy and all that with alchem and all of that kind of stuff. Dealing with, matter of fact, the word chemistry comes out of that. But alchemy is dealing with a deeper science, and usually in alchemy you create a good balance in your magic if you do if you are a good alchemist, meaning that even in sexuality, creating a good energy between you and your mate and bringing forth a creation as far as a thought form, that's a very if not number one alchemy. In my opinion, I don't know about anybody else.
Right.
I agree.
Yeah, everybody talking about the movie Django with Jamie Foxx. So I'm gonna probably check that movie out sometime next week.
Well, I actually seen it this past week, and we counted the word nigga in it 93 times.
Wow.
And
my nephew was telling me that.
Right, and the reason why we counted was because we heard the stand-up comedy of Cat Williams, who was going in on Jamie Foxx, talking about how the word was used like 176. I wanted to know accurately how many times it was used, because I know in these movies there's always some type of code, and as Brother Azariah already knows, as being a master of meditation, we got to go and do these things and decode these movies. But in particular, the fact that it was used 93 times, symbolize, the fact that the sun is 93 million miles away. Also, the fact that the 93rd attribute of Allah is the light. And, and the word nigga, of course, is derived from the word naga. And, of course, naga means light or teacher or God or king, in his different translations. So, when you look at, the word, actually what it was doing was trying to take us back from not just the word nigga itself, but back to the actual origin of the word, which is naga. And if you go and watch, you would actually what is being taught throughout the various countries, of Africa, Cambodia, Asia, on up into Vietnam, into China, Japan, on across even into Mexico and the Americas. So you would see the word naga, actually one of the oldest words, actually still used to this very day.
But it's on my national ID card. I'm Naga Asiatic.
Right. And so the word Naga is one of those power words in which that me and Brother Bobby Hemmett talked about on the Kundalini Rising DVD that we did a few years ago. But
yes, I remember that. I remember that. Yes.
We're going to area code 860.
Hello?
Yes, brother.
Peace.
Yeah, peace.
Hey, hey, how you doing, man? Shit, I'm actually at work. I was in a bad spot. All right, quick question. I just wanted to, I seen one of your YouTube lectures. I just wanted, I know you have a website. I just wanted to know the website.
Azzaziel.com.
Azzaziel.com.
Yeah. That's AZZAZIEL.com.
Okay. All right. Another question. What do you recommend for readers on sex magic? Something beginning, something that explain the basics.
I did 2 classes on something called black sex. I called it black sex so that people, because if I called it anything too esoteric, nobody would want to check it out. That sounds crazy. So I call it black sex so everybody can relate to that title. But it goes into some basic stuff, takes you from the basic stuff all the way up into some higher level stuff. Like for instance, you could ask the question, why is there so much promiscuity, mainly in the melanated race, but really in all races, but more so with us because, in the European, they can't really keep up with us any fucking way. So you ask that question, and you have to go to, from what I discovered, you have to go to Angola, which is really near the Congo. It's not really in the Congo. It's in the center of Africa, near the Congo. But in Angola, what they did was the tribes would, when a woman, all the women in the tribe was married to all the men. And whenever a man got with one of the women and they had a baby, the child was the son of all the men. And the mother was the mother, all the mothers was the mother of that child. So it didn't matter what mother or what man slept with which women, all the children were their children no matter what. And that's what we come out of. And so that's where, when in the world today, cipher down thousands of years or hundreds of years, you you get a lot of promiscuity, and it's actually getting even almost returning back to its original state without our original mind.
Right. Okay.
You see? Yeah.
Wow. And this is on that lecture.
Well, it talks about some historic stuff like that in part 1, I think it does. It's a 2-part lecture, Black Sex 1 and 2.
Where can I find this?
On the website.
On the website, okay. All right.
Tell me the website again, Brother Azariah.
Azzaziel.com, AZZAZIEL.com. And you could get Majade.com from there, where she has a lot of her magical talismans up there. And then what a lot of people don't know about her talismans, as a matter of fact, I'm glad I reminded myself to talk about it. Those talismans are not just pieces to look good on a person. They are magical talismans. We clean them with cedar, the smoke of cedar. We make sure all the crystals are clean. We have laser technology. I invested in laser technology to clean these crystals so that everybody's getting pure energy. I could actually, if you have a crystal, you could bring it to me, and I can even do that, clean it for you, because sea salt water and all that don't really do it. Because you got to remember, some of them crystals, you could sea salt a crystal that was grown, in a place, a storehouse or whatever, but the crystals that come up out of the earth, those you need a laser to fucking clean them shits, because that's the earth energies coming down. It cleans the earth energies that as it travels toward the middle of the earth. It helps to clean it. And matter of fact, they had a whole documentary on that. You probably can go online on YouTube and see it, where just going into a cave of all those crystals almost burnt them niggas up.
Wow.
Yeah, it almost burnt them up. They had to back the fuck out. So it was burning up all the negativity, all the death, all the bodies, making that fossil fuel. It was coming down. It was being cleansed by those crystals. So you need laser technology. You need a heat stronger than the heat that it can produce. It's like using, in most technologies today, they use crystals with the laser. Okay, so the laser, you could actually see the particles being flying out. Because I did it one time. I was at the National Black Theater, and I did it for somebody one time, and they said they seen the shit flying all off on the walls and whatnot, like I was drilling some shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but the light reflects that way, and you'll see sparks fly from either the negativity or whatever was inside that crystal. It could be positive, it could be negative. You really won't know. But you will know once it's clean. It won't have either positive or negative. Your energy will go into it at that point.
Right. Okay.
All right. Thank you, brother.
So she has those types of talismans, copper, and all you got to do is take a look at her website, which is Majade.com. That's MAJADE. Okay.
Say that one more time.
JADE.
JADE.com.
.com.
Gotcha.
Right. And she got onks up there, organ, and all that stuff, and I got the same on my website. So, and we just produced, if you go on my website, you'll see a new organ, IF Heru, that I just put up, and very, very powerful. And I used the layering system, the Wilhelm Reich system, to build that particular one.
Oh, okay. Nice. I made a few small pieces myself. As far as organite.
All right.
Yeah.
That's good, bro. You can get organ means chi energy, but if you break it all the way down to its final, to what it really is sexual energy. That's why Wilhelm Reich was only really studying sex, because it's what makes that spasm that causes the ejaculation. Whatever causes that spasm is what causes what causes the chi energy to flow, or the sexual energy, or what they call orgasm, organic energy. It is the spasming of the orgasm. Is what it really is. So you can actually heal yourself by getting with a person that is of like minds and having sex with them and create. That's an organ device. Now, if she doesn't know how to break it down like you do or know what she's doing, just enjoying herself, then you become the magician. You get the energy, as long as you don't ejaculate first. Okay, and your wish is made. Your wishes get made. Your petition is sent. Whatever you're thinking of at that particular point in time. But if you orgasm first, her petitions, whatever she's focusing on, is stronger, and it becomes stronger because you had just ejaculated and produced more female energy in your body.
Wow.
Yeah. We're going to go to area code 786. Area code 786. You're on the line.
Yes, sir. How you doing, Brother Alim?
All right, we're doing good.
Brother L, I believe, and Brother Azzaziel.
Yes, peace.
Yes, Brother Azzaziel.
Peace and love, baby.
Oh, yes.
Peace.
Oh, right. And this is perfect for me. Till 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm working, actually. Nice
it's
and quiet.
2 o'clock? I didn't even know it was that late.
Yes, but I chimed in late. When did the show actually started?
Well, no. What I'm saying is I don't even keep time no more, brother. Sometimes I don't know what day it is.
Oh, I chimed in late. I was trying to get a direction of when did the show start.
The show started at 2 o'clock.
At 2? Okay, 2. Okay, great. I came in late. I heard you speaking on the senseless killings, and you were talking about the Montauk. But the vibrations that I picked up from those senseless alleged killings, about the situation over here in America, and also to the same day, I believe, Dr. Alim, you mentioned the same day in Europe, somewhere in China, it went down about a number of 22, I believe.
Right. His name was Yin Jajun. He stabbed up 22 children at an elementary school too. The same day, as a matter of fact, just hours before it took place here, in at the Sandy Hook.
Yes, brother. We know that's mind control. They do that. Matter of fact, it's getting to the point like they know it's almost like that's mind control and it's expected.
Right.
They do
right. Right. So the vibrations that I picked up on that, from what I've been studying from, collectively from all you brothers, you good brothers, is that is Montauk / microchip related. That's what I'm picking up on. Some of it. It's not all of it. Some of it.
Well, you got to remember now, Montauk was just a beginning project that started back in the 40s with at Camp Hero. That program has since been moved, and it's so big now that the average Target or the average Walmart got their own forms of mind control. Disney got their own form of mind control. It's a product that it's like they sell prisons, like they go and get the new jobs in prison. The same thing with mind control. You see, so people purchase the mind control because we want to have 30 commercials for every 5 minutes of TV. We want to have an hour of commercials and only a half an hour of watching a damn TV show. So you got to understand something. The mind control that was learned at Montauk, which also dealt with magic, because Crawley went there and taught there. I think he was there at the same time as, I'm not sure if it was Manly P. Hall, but it was quite a few of them. But they were taught Crawley taught the magical aspects to apply to the Delta T antenna programmers. You see, and he was trying to do some work over in Land's End, which was on the point of England, which is their form of Montauk, over on that point, and where he had these. If you get pictures of it or go look over there, you see these megalithic structures that look like Stonehenge over there. But you rarely hear it or see it in the conspiracy magazines. But it's just like Stonehenge, but these little different areas over in that particular point, which points directly to Montauk. So it has spiritual, It has ghost implications. It has mind control implications. It has electromagnetic implications, and it has sexual programming implications. All of that comes out of there outside of the technology of invisibility and time travel. Okay? So all of that is spread all over now, where probably more than likely down in Wall Street, what they got cordoned off down there, because last I heard the CIA headquarters was now in the Statue of Liberty. But I'm willing to bet that most of the programming and the mind control takes place not only there, but also in the lower aspects of Manhattan, going on 34th Street and those areas where most of the drugs come from. You see,
okay, so would you say that it is ritualistically related as well? Because all of that, come into play.
Yes, because guess what? The first thing they said when the shooting took place, they said, "Don't nobody come down here. Everybody's all right. Only 2 children got killed." Okay? They told everybody on the news in New York. They said that do not come down here because the children are okay. 1 or 2 of the children got hurt. They said everything is all right. Then one of the people came out and said they heard rapid fire coming from various weapons at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And then went in there, all the children dead now all of a sudden.
So they told
the people to stay home. Yeah.
They needed for it to play all the way out so that negative energy can fulfill the purpose. So like you say, induce that fear.
Not just fear, my brother. When children die en masse like that, they have a powerful energy that comes before puberty, and it releases adrenochrome. Adrenochrome is a substance that comes out of your brain and out of your soul, and they capture that like a mist. Okay? They could either eat it, drink it, or use it to send out something else somewhere else. Okay, so they don't just do shit just because, let's do the children, they're going to be scared. They don't have to do that to make you scared. Okay, that's a ritual, and that is pulling energy. That has a lot to do with energy. You understand me?
Yeah, and that's similar to the movie Monster, Inc.
Right.
Okay. All right, that's very enlightening. That's what I want to hear.
Excuse me, what's the name of that movie?
Monster, Inc.
Monster, Inc., okay.
I had to check that out myself, brother.
Yeah, check that out.
Right,
yeah.
It's a cartoon, and what happened called Monster Prolapse or Prolapses. It's like like the city of monsters. And what happens is that in order to bridge the gap between from this city, into the Earth world, they walk through the bedroom doors of children, and when they scare the children release screams of fear and panic, and they capture the fear and panic in these jars of glass, and then they take it back to their world in order to fuel their world, their system.
Wow. That's deep, brother. I didn't think they went that far as to put it. I guess they would put that in a children's cartoon, huh?
Yeah, this is a children's cartoon. Yeah,
that makes sense.
Monster, Inc.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Monsteropolis.
Suffice it to say, though, brother, they don't do nothing just to make you scared by itself, though. Just like he said, they capture that energy. Okay?
Right.
Just like, in my opinion, but since I didn't see the movie, I didn't want to really speak on it, but it sounds like more of a pacifier, a distraction. Okay? You got Spike Lee coming out saying, I'm not going to see that movie, disrespect my ancestors. Nigga, Radio Raheem didn't disrespect your dad? Come on, man.
Okay. Well, thank you, brother. I'm going to continue to listen to the show.
No.
Yo, so it's a major energy. It's dealing. Look, the Earth, everything is. The Matrix showed you that everything is damn energy. Okay.
Right.
And it's a war going on for your energy.
Yes.
That's all it's all about. They want. Why do you grow up and have to take a job? Your energy. Okay.
Yes.
Anything you do out here. Okay, we'll make it so you need some paper money to pass off that what? Energy.
Pass off that energy.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so nothing they do is just dealing with, pass a bill, this, that. No, they remember now, Candy Crawley, who is Aleister Crowley's granddaughter, works for Obama.
Okay.
Okay?
Wow, okay.
Okay? So look, if you needed a big brother, it couldn't be a white man being big brother, could it?
No, sir.
No. This is the 2013, based on their digital, because they need time. They have to clock their reality. They have to digitize it. You only have one day, which is the Sunday. Every day is Sunday. There's no other nigga out there bigger, badder than that nigga. It comes out every day, feeds you, so on and so on. So we only have one day in this universe, which is the Sunday. But they have the 7-day clock where they have to digitize and clock their existence, okay? Because clocks one day stop.
Okay.
Okay? Clocks stop. Matter of fact, I tell people this all the time. All you got to do is look at a digital clock. For some reason, every time you look at a digital clock, if you got one around, you always catch certain numbers like 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at a circular clock, you will never see 9/11.
No, sir.
No. You see?
You won't look at it that way.
We function from the circular clock. They function from a digital linear clock.
Okay.
They have to digitize everything. So it goes back to the damn matrix. Okay? It goes back to the matrix. Digital world, okay? And in order to get outside of the matrix, they had to tap into the back of the reptilian brain, okay? Wake them up and the whole, so we know we can't even go into so much science in that shit.
Yeah, like the Matrix, and they tap that machine into your medulla oblongata.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. In the back. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And plug into in the Matrix. You're right.
Yeah.
That's deep, real deep.
And then you had the Chinese guy who was Montauk Chia, who was the Chi Master or the Key Master, taking rising your Kundalini up to where the cracker was to show you the reality of things. I mean, but we could be all day talking about the Matrix.
Indeed.
Yes. And they got the new movie coming out. The new Wizard of Oz is coming out.
The what now?
Yes.
They redid the Wizard of Oz.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Huh.
All of a sudden now we have Dr. Oz now, which is a big fraud. I'm looking at Dr. Oz, along with, of course, the Master Mason, Mrs. Winfrey.
Yeah, because I heard him say some things that was absolutely incorrect.
Yes. The Wizard of Oz. Oh, okay.
I'm telling you, to the fullest, absolutely incorrect. I seen him tell somebody one time, your species is supposed to sink. Now, come on now.
Mm-hmm.
When you take a dump, when you take a shit, he said that it's supposed to sink to the bottom of the damn toilet. Now, come on now. That shit there, that's going to kill somebody.
Exactly.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Has no fiber in it whatsoever.
Nope.
Exactly.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Well, brother, Dr. Alim, I went to your site, your new site, a beautiful site, a ton of information there, brother. Beautiful site.
Appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Thank
and
you.
Brother Azzaziel?
Okay. Yes, brother.
Brother Azzaziel, I'm going to check your site out, brother. I know you got a ton of information there that we all can learn and, and sponge off of and continue to, let this evolution take its place.
Mm-hmm. All right, brother. Just go on the Oregon page. You can read all about Oregon, the Montauk Project, which we just spoke about, and also Wilhelm Reich's connection to aliens.
Okay.
Because he is this man who discovered out of Egypt the energy of Oregon, studied it, but killed him as soon as he started opening his mouth about aliens terraforming this planet.
Mm.
Wow.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow. Deep.
Yeah, Wilhelm Reich, and it's a banned book. The Germans, the Nazis got a hold of the book and burned it. Where he was talking about these aliens that, it's just over periods of time slowly terraforming the planet. And the name of the book, I can't think of the name of it right now, but it's a powerful book. And I have a couple of pages from on my website from that book.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. So reality is shifting. Yes, brother.
No, I'm just saying,
so reality is shifting, and when it shifts, people drop off, and things change. Okay, and that's all Obama been talking about, change.
Yes.
Okay, just because you don't see the dimension shift with your own eyes, it moves slowly, because we can't equate time with what we've been given as far as European concept.
Yes.
Okay? So the dimensions did shift and are shifting as we speak.
I noticed the behavior patterns in some of the animals that I'm looking at, and that something is shifting. It's like a quantum leap have been achieved, and some pick up on it and some haven't. In the DNA. So I know something definitely is happening.
Well, first of all, more knowledge is being increased. But if you notice the animals in New York, when I was growing up in New York, we didn't see no damn seagulls flying across our head. When you see seagulls, that means the water's getting higher. A damn seagull. So now we're used to seeing them for the last 10 years or so. But growing up, I just seen damn stray dog, stray cat. That's it. A rat every now and then, some damn roaches, and a pigeon. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm seeing fucking seagulls. I saw a skunk. I saw a goddamn wild turkey. I'm like, what is this shit here? I'm like ready to run like them niggas with that tsunami shit. No, I'm serious. You see shit now that you previously in New York you did not see, as far as animals are.
Yes.
Bears, you see it all on the news. They put open season on bears because we're infringing on their territory.
Yes. Wow. Deeper than the submarine, that's for sure. It's deeper than the submarine, that's for sure.
It's amazing, brother, because look at the ocean with that BP oil. They ain't saying shit about that BP oil no more. That shit's still leaking. They're not talking about it. And not only BP oil, there's one right here in New York they're trying to clean up. They've been trying to clean up for years, an oil spill. But that, in my opinion, brother, that BP oil is actually going to ruin most of the oceans of the world for a while till it replenishes itself. It's harder for the earth to replenish itself now because they done fucked up the rainforest and Niagara Falls.
Right.
Niagara Falls is only 10% of what it used to be. That was a cleansing station for the ocean's water.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay, so all of that has been, so the process for the earth to cleanse is slower, and it reacts in different places. Usually in places where, when the earth attacks, where it feels leprosy or disease is. So remember, going all the way back to France when they had the 30,000 burn up from a heat wave. Okay? That thing which feeds you every morning, which gives you your melanin and shine on you, say, hey, and smile, and does everything you needed to do, said, you know what, I'm going to burn up 30,000 of these niggas over here. We can't even imagine no shit like that. I can imagine being hot, that's about it. But all of a sudden now, in modern times, based on all the poison food we ate, niggas can't take the heat no more.
That's right.
Niggas having strokes, all in the hospital, all tubed up and all fucked up. And I'm out there. I'm out there in the sun. I'm not even sweating. And niggas walking up to me, damn, it's hot out here. What the fuck are you talking about? Nigga, you blacker than me.
I've heard that too, especially last year.
It's amazing, brother.
Of the dark matter. There's more concentration of the melanin. It's like a black hole. They absorb more heat, and they can maintain that heat. They complain about being hot.
That's the only way you can even cook your food. You can actually eat. You hear people say don't eat cooked food, but you can eat cooked food, but you have to cook it through the sun. Okay? The sun feeds you. The sun does everything without it, you will not survive.
That's right.
But yet, that which irritates us on this planet, it decides it wants to kill it.
The bio radiation.
And that's what I mean by you getting back in line with nature.
Yes.
Even eat the food, the color, whatever color the sun is, where you at, eat the food that color. Fuck it. Yellow, orange, red, nightshades. Follow it. And if you ask me, you can even pray to it.
That's what the Christmas rush is all about, the energy of the sun.
Yeah,
I think
well,
a lot of people don't realize.
Tai Chi. Right, well, when you practice Qigong or Tai Chi, that's what you're doing anyway. You're bringing in the energy in which that the sun is producing, as well as also the stellar and the cosmos. So you're bringing in this cosmic energy, so that is an act of prayer. Every movement that you're making is an act of prayer. That's the reason why they call it sun worshipers. Because we had mudras and we had sutras or positions in which that we did, you know what I'm saying, in which that correlated, you know, to the times of the sun.
Yes.
As Muslims still do today, called Rakat, or what is known as Make a Salat, which means fire. Hence the Kundalini.
Right.
Wow. That's deep.
Mm-hmm. Wow. The sun is your brother. You can even sun gaze and feed and nourish your eyes and nourish your soul.
That's right.
You know.
Yeah,
but, you
that's
know,
what I'm hearing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can gaze into the sun like a few seconds and look off and actually can heal you and say also get rid of some parasites that we may have.
Yeah. You'll actually see the parasites coming out at the sides of your eyes. You'll see them actually jumping out. One morning I got up to sun gaze as the sun came up, and there was all kind of shit just floating around in the air. These like I don't know. I thought I was in a damn fish tank.
Yeah.
Then after that, here come that food, that ground mist, that groundwater, that mist that comes over the land, over the trees and stuff that feed all the animals and water all the plants.
Yeah.
Just like that, and that's success.
Yes. But we get an awful lot of chemtrails coming over here, down here in Miami. When I'm out working, I'm sneezing for some reason real hard, and next thing you know, I'm getting sick, or I got a cold, and I know, okay, well, I got that, you know what I'm saying, I got to raise my vibration back up in order to fight that cold, and, you know, like what they said about Brother Alim said about like they're trying to, they know what's coming in that's going to trigger our DNA. They know what's coming in, so now they're trying to, like an ant, you know, this inferior albion, they're like an ant trying to hold back a tidal wave of cosmic dust coming in to do us good and change the DNA. It's like, you know, angels coming in to spark us up, you know.
Well, they did that in 2000. They did that in 2005.
Yes.
If you didn't get the level of consciousness you needed by 2005, it was shut down, and you could only learn what's already on the planet. They did that in 2005. It's an article in my book. I got the article in there. But
yes,
the good thing about that is that a sufficient amount of knowledge did get onto the planet that came down not only from the sun but from other star systems. And the spraying takes me back to what Wilhelm Reich said, the terraforming of the planet. Okay, because you got to ask yourself a question. If these niggas are spraying every damn country on the planet, you mean to tell me nobody doing shit? You mean to tell me Iraq, Iran, Russia, this one, that one, y'all ain't shooting at them niggas and doing shit? No, because it is out of their dimension. They can't even fuck with it. And that's what Wilhelm Reich was saying by these beings that are changing the atmosphere, the water, the food content, all of that, the quality of the dirt, killing the trees and all of that, restructuring different land masses to fit cities and states and fucking it up, okay? So because it makes no other kind of sense.
Yes.
It don't make no other kind of sense. I mean, even in Africa, even if they don't have the weapons to hit that shit, they'll shoot a cannon or something at that motherfucker. There ain't nobody doing shit. So that tells you that it's outside the reach of any action they could take, and they don't want you to know what is really going on.
That's why Iran is still standing.
Yep. Now, that's just me, based on the information that I receive, assessing this, based on all the compilation of knowledge and speakers I've heard and everything, and I put all that together. That's the only reasonable solution I could think of, is that it ain't human.
Right.
All right, we're going to bring another caller in. Onto the discussion, we're going to bring another caller in, so we're going to go to the phone line. 117 is the beginning of this phone number here. You're on the line. Peace.
Peace, brother.
Peace.
Yeah, so Suzar, in her book, the Muffin Papers, where she's breaking down Oregon. In her book, she's got the whole Constitution Declaration of the reptilians, not humans, in her book. Their decree and how they want to change the planet, kill humans, all this kind of wild shit. Suzar got it documented in her book based on Wilhelm Wright's work. Get the Muffin Papers. Get that book, the Muffin Papers. And I got the PDF file, I believe, on my website.
The Muffin Papers.
Yep.
That's M-U-F-F-E-T.
M-U-F-F-I-N.
I-N. Okay, Muffin. All right.
Muffin Papers, right.
Muffin Papers.
And the PDF files, Alim, that I just sent you, which is the Matrix, they're going to break that shit down like to the T.
Oh, yeah, they do. I usually have them go back me and Bobby went to the store and got them back in the days. He turned me on to them back in '94.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been out for a while. I'm glad they put that shit on PDF, boy.
Yeah, you're right.
Every week, man.
Yeah, because they were so thick. I mean, you couldn't keep it anywhere. I got like 2 or 3 of them around here, but they all messed up and them papers are scattered everywhere.
Right. I got volume 20, but I can't find all the papers.
Right.
Because it went all the way up. They did the regular series, then they had another series that went up to like 22. Matrix 22.
Right.
Yeah, I think I got 2 of those.
All right, we got a caller. Hopefully they come on in this time. It's the area code 117.
Yes.
There's a strength number here. I don't know if let me try another one. We got area code 205. Area code 205. You're on the line. 205. Area code 205. You're on the line. All right, I guess we can keep talking then. Somebody else gonna get on.
Okay, cool, brother.
Yeah. You only got about 10 more minutes.
Okay. So what I'll do is I'll talk a little bit about my website. If you go to the Oregon page on my website, I have a flyer up there called Ghost Town, New York City. And what it is that I'm going to do excursions going to Woodlawn Cemetery. And I got a couple of videos up there, too, because we had went up there searching for a black hermit. Now, whether or not he's up there, they have an unmarked grave up there of him, and we found it. And in the videos, what I did was, it was an unmarked grave, but I marked it by putting his name on it, and I put an Oregon food dog pyramid on top of his grave. So when if you come with us, or if you just go, you will see one of my Oregon pyramids, pretty big one too, with a food dog is bright red, right on top of his grave under a tree, under a pine tree. Okay, and it's fitting that he was buried under a pine tree, because pine trees, in actuality, don't lose their leaves, or what they say is don't die in the winter. No trees die, but the leaves die. But the leaves of that tree do not die. So that's a very powerful tree near him, very powerful energy. So we're going to be holding excursions to those particular grave sites. We're going to be talking about the different trees, the plants, the animals that are up there. You have wild turkeys running around up there. It's a really, really awesome experience for anybody who actually makes it on this trip, which will be we're going to start them in March. We're trying to wait we want the weather to be really, really warm. We don't want nobody to be cold. So if it's cold in March, we'll do it in April when the weather is really, really warm. And the website is my number. And we can schedule private, if you're in New York City, a private excursion. We'll take you around, and it's an all-day affair, so you got to bring water and some fruit or whatever you're going to eat. Bring that with you. We're going to visit Duke Ellington, Madam C.J. Walker, Celia Cruz, Miles Davis, Max Roach, and a whole bunch of other people, too. We're going to talk about when you see the movie Titanic, Leonardo DiCaprio and the other person who drowned in the ship, based on that whole story, the two people, they're buried there. But my main thing will show you how to work magic using graveyard dirt, how to enter a graveyard, if you want to take something from the graveyard, what to do, get into the whole spiritual aspect of the different trees, the edible things, although really nothing in a graveyard is actually edible as far as spirit energy goes. But the food can be eaten on a physical level, but I wouldn't really want to eat anything or drink anything out of the graveyard. But we'll talk a lot about that. And everyone must bring a crystal or a few crystals, depending on what you're going to do when we get up there. But I would advise to bring at least 2 crystals, one of them being black. But we'll provide those too if a person does not have one. And so that's going to take place in April. That is going to be it's called Ghost Town, New York City, because Woodlawn Cemetery was an actual town that is now a ghost town. Just like New York City, even though you still have living people walking around, you have a lot of ghosts walking around based on many of the burial sites that were desecrated and so forth. So we're going to do that in July, and you could call the number that's on the screen up there on the website, on the Oregon page. And also, we just recreated some new Oregon pieces you could look at, and then there's a couple of articles up there for you to look at, too, on Oregon and the Montauk, so forth. Okay?
All right. Thanks.
All right.
Queen, you on the line?
I sure am. Peace to the guys.
Peace, sister. How you doing?
Peace to you, goddess.
Yeah, I'm doing great. I'm doing wonderfully. I just been listening in. I really appreciate the vibes, guys. Y'all been adding on. So I just want to just give an announcement. We're going to go back to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, unless otherwise stated. We felt like it was just wonderful to end it with Azzaziel, on this day. Because nighttime is perfect for you, you and your wonderful wife. So we're going back to 8, and let me see. Also, too, announcement. January the 12th through the 13th, we're going to be in Jacksonville, Florida, at the Summit of the Moors. So if you want to see the flyer, make sure you go to the website underneath calendar tab, then you'll see the flyer there. Also, too, there's 36 more spots left on our 11th annual Equinox Cruise, which I'm so excited about. It's our 11th year doing this. This time we're doing it at the Olmec Pyramids. So I'm really excited about that. Please get your rooms. That flyer is also near calendar, and we're constantly adding to the website. That is our baby right now. It just feels so good to be able to manipulate something and the way you want to see it. You know, we're constantly putting up blogs. I was just so excited. Yesterday, Alim put up a blog on an African deity. And the African deity, he was able to heal people. Y'all have to go check it out. He even pulled somebody had pulled his heart out in order to kill him. Oh, really? And he set up and grabbed his heart, and he was like, "How dare you do this to me?" And put his heart back in and walked away. And in the picture, he's actually lifted up his shirt, and you could see where they just viciously ripped his heart out of him. So, you know, this is what our ancestors are capable of doing, and I can't wait till we tap into these sciences. So please comment on the blog. Let us know that you give a damn or whatever. You know what I mean? We're just really excited. We're really excited about the growth and prosperity, and it's just so good to hear how we cipher, how we love each other. If you want to deal with the economic aspects, it's also there. We also have a Fruits of Plenty tab where we want to be able to feed 4 families, you know, whether it's an invention they want to invest in or a bill they need paid, whatever. We just want to show economics in fullness and in trust and in harmony. So, you know, just coming up with these wonderful ideas. So the website is constantly adding new stuff. Y'all, that was my first video, so if y'all see it, please be gentle. We're trying technology newly, and I'm just really excited about the awakening. You know, as a matter of fact, it was perfect in coinciding with the equinox energy, how we came to the 3 o'clock hour. You know, we did magic together. Azzaziel was just talking about the change, you know, and we're creating the change. We're controlling the change, and I'm so grateful that we have light bulbs in our homes. Go to the blog. Look at the pyramids that your physical body can convert to. I love the ideas about the graveyard. The next time we come up there, God, we are definitely doing that with y'all. We have to. That was a genius idea.
And we would love it. Yes, definitely, we love it, and we want to go on that cruise so bad. I'm going to look into it, check my funds, and we're like so there.
Word. Word.
When you said 11 seats were left, I sat up. I woke up. Really. Yeah.
It's only like $580 per person, and the more that come, the cheaper it gets. And I'm just really excited about it.
Peace, Alim. I apologize. Peace, Alim. How are you?
Oh, we're doing good. We're doing good. I'm glad the feminine energy is here.
Yes. Absolutely.
And as y'all can see, I'm sorry.
No, you go.
I just was going to say, as y'all can see, everybody, we love each other. You know, at the polite and steady debate, it was a family reunion. We hadn't seen y'all in so long, and I loved it. It was
I have a good time. I always have a good time in my head and my skin. I mean, I love a good time, you know.
Yeah, you really are, Goddess. I really, I just appreciate the energy. You know, I really do, and I'm being on the same team. You know?
Yes.
I just appreciate that, you know?
Oh, yeah.
It's valuable.
They gave us the mic. You know how we do. We could talk on and on and on and on and on.
I feel my crown chakra. Coming on. You know, I hope the people that are listening also feel that, too. I do. It's like towards the back area. It's so much creativity and sincerity and truth and wisdom on this line. You know?
That's right.
It's the balance, and I'm ready for the change. We're going to see the green in 2013, and that deals with economics. That also deals with health, wellness. We're going to change this world for the better, and it's not going to be difficult.
I feel a change already. Even the way I'm starting to create is starting to flow a little differently now.
Ooh.
You know, I'm making copper pouches with crystals and anything you want inside of them now. It's just, I don't know, I've just been a little slightly redirected, but it's okay. I go with the flow.
Wow, Goddess. That's beautiful.
Yeah. on Facebook, so you have to check it out, definitely.
Okay, we sure will, Goddess. Please give your Facebook page just for those who never knew about pouches with copper and crystals. That's genius.
Yeah, as I was listening to the show, listening to the God Speak, it prompted something inside me, and I just sat here and made it. So it's just something that just came up within the hour.
Oh my God, I do that.
Exactly. It's like what's Alexis Taylor used to say, the jade trance is out. She knows because she does too.
Yeah, that's that Sagittarian energy. Happy belated born day.
Oh, give thanks. Give thanks. But let me tell you, my the Facebook page is Sister Majade. That's SISMA-JADE, and then you do it again, MA-JADE, Sister Majade. So, I friend everyone.
Okay.
Until you say something, disrespectful, whatever, you're like off. And my website, Majade, MA-JADE.com, and it's Pieces of Peace. Peace meaning people entering a conscious environment. That just came in my head. I just went with it. That's about it. I custom make whatever you want out of hair, bones, whatever. As long as it's not pubic hair. But, because, that has been one of the requests. But, anyway.
And she also, I believe you. I believe you. And she also makes oils, the most beautiful smelling oils.
You remember that?
I'll never forget.
Hey!
I'll never forget, guys.
Wow. Yeah, it's so funny. I remember making my last bottle that I sold was to a woman in the street, and she says, I haven't had a man in so long. She put a little bit of the oil on, and this guy walked up to her and said, how you doing, beautiful?
Oh.
Yeah, and she just looked at me. She said, you got any more bottles? I said, you got the last one. Save the best for last.
Well, please don't let that be the last one. Also, too, y'all may not know, but this guy got hit by a car with Marjade's Argon Energy pieces on, right?
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah.
Tell everyone.
Well, he was crossing the street. He was actually helping this woman cross the street, and a car came from nowhere, and he put himself pretty much in front of this woman. The car wound up hitting him. It was an Argon piece. It flew up in the air, landed on the curb. He was laying in the street. And he said out of the corner of his eye, he saw his necklace on the curb, jumped up, ran and got it,
wow.
and just put it on and pretty much just walked away. And everyone was running up to him saying, are you okay? Are you okay? He's like, I'm fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was Majaded.
Yeah, definitely Majaded. But, it's so many stories, with the jewelry, because it's not just jewelry, and as a matter of fact, I'm speaking in March.
Oh, good.
First speaking engagement.
When, where?
It's Simon, right, baby?
Yeah.
King Simon. He's putting it on. He's called and asked, me if I wanted to speak, and I was like, me? But I guess it's time.
Yeah.
I guess it's time. So I'm pretty much going to, discuss like in detail how I got started, who I am, and how what I do came to be, and things like that. So, I'm excited.
I am too, and it's so beautiful that this is coming together like this. It's magnificent. It's amazing, and I'm just grateful too. I'm grateful to know you because you're right. It's many stories. It's beautiful. Beautiful. You are so inspiring. Yeah.
Oh, it's off.
Oh, is the show off? Oh, we're talking like we're on the phone, like we do,
Well, it's no longer streaming. It's no longer streaming, but it'll record for a whole hour.
Oh, okay.
So your Facebook page is on there, and yeah, and the family downloads. They put it on YouTube for us for free. So I just want to give a shout out to y'all. I just have to put that in my Facebook. On the website too, because we just appreciate the energy. You know what I mean? Because we're down to earth, and I know we do this for the people. We do.
Of course, we're real. They don't come any realer than us.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. Absolutely.
I'm grateful.
All right.
I'm grateful for this change.
All right.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Okay.
We're gonna bring in area code 83. You're on the line.
Peace, family.
Peace.
Brother, what's going on, brother?
This is Brother Tilly calling in from the Houston area, in Texas, Trace-Shaw area. Just wanted to give thanks to all you brothers and Brother Azrael. I really appreciate your work, and I have to comment. I don't know what's been getting into you, Dr. Alim, but you just been excreting so much data lately, and I just have to tell you, I really appreciate it, as a fellow Moor. And it's really, truly appreciated. And I want to, I got cut off one time I called in on your show. I'm not sure if you did any research. The guy, I never heard anybody made a correlation. About is there a lot of underground, the underground cities in Texas or whatnot. I've been doing a lot of research. And a lot of the underground tunnels that the cartels are using to get dope in or whatnot, and it's pretty much the CIA. These are ancient tunnel systems, and they lead to ancient cities. And I've been seeing. I posted a few links on my a few links. No, actually, I haven't. I actually posted to another blog, but I'll be posted to my Facebook. I'm Talik Rabe. But it's a lot of them, and they're really trying to keep it secret or whatnot. I was wanting to see if you guys had any math on that, and a lot of energy that's hitting the southern region that we're in right now, particularly in the region that I'm in. I wonder, you got any prophecies or I have a few things too. I've been doing my study, but I want to hear what you guys, what energies are, a lot of my comrades out here, what energies are we looking forward to dealing with coming out here?
I know that, and we would like to reblog that too. Which of course giving you shouts out for it, but we would like to reblog that because that's powerful. The school system have a book club, and in that book club there was a book called The Monsters of Waverly Place, and that's exactly what they were doing. They were crawling through tunnels from our ancient ancestry that they that they built out of necessity.
Mm-hmm.
So
absolutely.
Well, you got to remember, New York is a damn forest, and those tunnels, those train station tunnels, were built based on the tunnels that was already underneath there. The whole system that you may come to New York and ride the trains, that whole system was based on tunnels that already existed, and they extended them and made them bigger, but the path was already there. Just like Broadway. Broadway was a Moorish trail that led all the way up to Westchester and led you upstate. Okay, but Broadway was called, it went by another name. I think it was called The Way. It became the Broadway when the European came and made it into a street that goes all the way up. Okay, but that was a walkway for you to come pass all the way up to New York. And you had the old Broadway, you had many streets, tunnels, and all of this that were already fixtures based on the native or the indigenous people that were already here and how they traveled. In Vietnam, they were called tunnel rats.
Right.
Because they traveled through a tunnel system.
Right.
Okay? So you got to remember the Earth has a sun in the middle of it. To know that is true, and it also has drinking water and all that other stuff that is above the Earth, because it is as above, so below. But within the Earth, within that crust, within all that lava, within that sun, there's civilizations, there's life forms, there's dinosaurs, and there's a lot of other things. That's why the woolly mammoth was found in ice. Okay, we know that Antarctica and those northernmost, so-called northernmost areas are really areas where there used to be Africa-like type places or tropical places, and then of course over the shifting of the planet Earth, the energy changes. So to know the energy of where you live is get you the longitude and latitude and pinpoint down to where you are and see what the numbers of the longitude and the latitude is. Then after you do that, you add it up, and you also look at the grid lines or the vortexes that are created in that particular city, which may be, like for instance, in Washington, D.C., the White House is a vortex, and they build structures on those vortexes, and that's how you know where the vortexes are, the major ones. 42nd Street in New York City is a vortex, 34th Street. So you know the energy of those vortexes, but first you got to discover the longitude and latitude of where you are and get those numbers. And then once you get those numbers, you could look at the energy vortexes and then look at all. It's so much to look at, brother, to really, really know the energy of a particular place. Some states have most of the dirt in their state is acidic. Some states, most of the dirt in their state is alkaline. It's a magical level of information that nature says, hey, I want you to have fun and learn all this stuff in order to operate this mechanism I have here for you.
Yeah, you just let me know I'm on the right path, you know. And you're a spiritual brother I can really level with because, you know, we go off in the deep end. You know, I think you're like me. I don't know your history that well, but I think you're similar to me. I've been having a spiritual phenomenon ever since I was born, you know.
Right. Well, you gotta remember, people who look alike don't flock together. People who think alike do.
Right. I know your spirit. I mean, yeah, we all know each other through spirit. But you know, I had a great grandfather, and you know, it was really no slavery this past to Mississippi, and my grandfather was a prisoner of war of Galveston Island in Texas. And those were a chattel, extension of the chattel mound builders, or the Barbados, the Nedos indigenous Indians of the Tayshaw, Texas territory. And so you just feel nothing but battle monuments, and a lot of mounds out here. They made them cover them up. And my grandfather, you know, being in Christianity for so long, he used to come to us all the time, and he used to be in the color of noon, green. And you know, we used to ward him off all the time because we used to always see him in all our family. But there used to be a lot of Europeans who used to come to a part of Texas that we lived in. It was Mouse's Bluff, Texas. My parents lived in. I'm a city boy, but my parents lived in called Mouse's Bluff, Texas. And one time my grandmother, bless her soul, she just made the transition. It was some Europeans trying to find the trails into these mounds, and there was a lot of gold, and there were connections for underground cities. And my grandfather knew it. My great-great-grandfather knew, but he was like, do not tell. And these Europeans actually hypnotized my grandmother and almost told. Wow. And it goes really deep. It's out here you can actually we don't have what you got, basements, as you say, as y'all have up north. But I actually found out there was so much artifacts that was coming up out here. They just made it, and so many graveyards that was out here. They just made it. You know what I'm saying? They've actually made it a religious creed in the early 1900s, 1800s to not dig so deep up under your property to make basements or whatnot, because there's so much artifacts and so many mounds, you know, and stuff that they've been finding out here.
Well, that whole area is a powerful indigenous vortex. Texas being really Mexico and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
You added down into South America, and you had such a mixture of various types of indigenous religious systems that fell under different names: Mayans, Cobaclo, all various types. Even the Mayans had actually walked all the way into Georgia. They had structures in Georgia where Dr. York may have tried to build his pyramid over there too. But the energy of that area is coming out of the Congo. Coming out of the Congo. The Bantu traveled to South America and became passed through that Texas area and became Kimbanda, Kobaklo, and all these various other indigenous names for different people. So that whole area, starting from, I would say, coming all the way from Mississippi all the way over to what we call Texas, and all the way down into Mexico, and all the way down into South America, you have mostly Africans who was coming out of the Congo, was coming out of different areas of that over there. And they were at war with the European on many levels, but especially down there. And they had, it was long wars, long periods of war, where even some mating had went on when you had something called, in the European concept, a half-breed, but they were known as the Kobaklo natives, and they were the most fierce warriors of the hatred they had for the European down there. If you ever see an Indian head nickel, that was a Kobaklo. Those are the people that traveled there, and you'll even see it on the Redskins' helmet. But before they got to where they were, they were called the Tupac Indians, after my brother Tupac Shakur, which later the Tupac Indians became solidified in a deity-type formation, becoming the 2P Indians, or the 2P, which you see the Indian head on your nickel or on one of the coins and stuff like that. That's how great it was.
They even extend out to Arizona.
That's how great they were. Even they got the presidents on all those big silver coins, but they also got 2P. And, of course, the football was when they cut the heads off of many of those brothers and kicked it around and called that football, and so they became a part of their helmet gear, became a part of what they wear while they play football. You know, so that's part of the history that goes all the way down into South America. But again, our maps are upside down, so it's really North America, and Canada is really South America. Right.
And the area is a runoff from the Red River and connection with the Mississippi River, known as the Trinity River, that comes on out here. So I can take you out there today. There's nothing but Indian water. You find spears all day long to this day there.
Oh yeah, those mounds. If you know anything about computer systems send memory through tracers on the motherboard. You know, let's just say, just like energy going down a wire. But what happens in a computer, energy has to keep flowing down back and forth that same line. But what happens is they have a device inside or on your motherboard called cache or cache, which is where information is sent, and it stores information while that particular program you're using is idle. When you're not using it, but you still didn't click out of it, so it's idle. So your computer is sending information to that particular screen, even though you're not using it. But what they have in between is a cache system where your screen or your computer don't have to retrieve the information from too far. It only has to go to a short distance. So it's like me taking a bug-out bag halfway through the woods and planting it somewhere and then continue on my trek. So when I come back, I don't have to go back all the way back home to get my food. I only have to go halfway to where my cache is. And that's what a mound was. A lot of the mounds were systems where they were traveling and they built a mound of a storage house of different things. They needed to, on their travel, wouldn't have to travel all the way back home to get what they need. They stored it there. It was called cache. So that's what a lot of the mounds are.
Yeah, it go real deep. I'm gonna give you one more story. This is just coming from the mud. My uncles was actually they actually got a hold to buried treasure. My great grandfather said, I'm gonna tell you, it's treasure next to the house. So they was getting to the treasure. It was the top of the treasure top. It had the Olmec, the same. It's all Olmec, and the nigger features and stuff like that, and gold, and they had a handle. And once they got a hold to the handle, they would start arguing. And each time more and more they argue, it would sink deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. It actually sunk so deep that they couldn't even get it no more unless they had some kind of machinery. And they woke up in the morning, it was gone. But my great-great-grandfather, he only could tell people only so much because everybody was getting more indoctrinated to Christianity. That's why he comes to me so much, and since I was a kid. But we had a friend of the family that actually got a hold to another buried treasure, and it's a specific ritual that you have to do. You have to put in a silver coin, and you have to speak a scripture out of Palms, and I think Palms is correlate with Tahuti. I'm not sure. I mean, don't quote me on that, but I think so. But it's a scripture out of Palms that you got to read, and you got to and I think it was a deity that you had to do an invocation to before you take the treasure, and he didn't do it, so he cashed in the treasure. He got he got a few $100,000. So he got a house built and everything else. And my great grandfather say, you're gonna have some trouble. So this is a ghost house that's out there to this day that I actually seen. So once his house got built, his first night, his house mysteriously just burnt up. There was no traces of him, but one of the silver coins that he kept out of the treasure. And in the daytime you can at nighttime you can see the house. In daytime is not there. And one thing that correlates with, we are descendants of Jaguar Paw. And my mom used to have to walk like 2 miles to the bus station. And they had Black Panthers. They had Black Panthers out there. Still got Black Panthers out there to this day. And what they would do whenever their food would be scarce, they'd dig a hole and they can scream like a woman. And you fall up in there, you're eating. And my mom was walking, and there was just a big Black Panther that walked across the road, back into the bush. It stopped in the road, and she said it just looked in her eyes, maybe about 30 seconds, and she said she just looked like it was full and just kept going. But that's almost like a spiritual reference of who you are, So.
Yeah, we are the East people. You're right about that. That's deep.
Oh, yeah. Sanetta did an interview with a brother that had a damn tiger, alligator, and all that shit up in his house.
Yeah, we met him.
Wow. Oh, yeah.
Wow. It's on YouTube.
I got to check that.
Yeah. You'd be surprised. Yeah. I went to the zoo one time and scared a damn lion.
Wow.
I started running like he was going to fall down.
Wow.
I said, oh, shit. That nigga was whooping and hollering. We could hear him all the way across the other side of the goddamn zoo. He was pissed.
Whoa.
Yeah. And also, too, gorillas have communicated with people in captivity, and they like, y'all, get me out of here.
Yeah, communicated with me.
You gotta remember, people don't
why y'all telling me this?
Because we all connected.
Yeah, out there at the zoo, man, there's a bird, man. And me and one of my guys can talk about this. And, man, if I ever get him to call in, he's from New Orleans, and he's just naturally conscious. It's just so powerful out there. But I was at the zoo out here, and it's like a bird. And it's like a very ancient bird. That bird took some steps up and just almost leaned against the fence and just looked me in the eye for like a minute. And my girl just looked at me, and my queen just looked at me, and she was like, man, we need to get that bird out of here. That bird don't need to be up in there. So I'm like, we can't get that bird out of there.
I know, right?
Birds are very close, are the closest animals to human.
Man. And Wow. It was like,
the monkey and the gorilla is closer to the European.
True.
We're closer to birds because birds walk on 2 feet.
Wow. Now,
the crow is the smartest bird on planet Earth. The crow, if you go watch the Munsters, they got a crow that comes out of a clock. The parrot will copy what you say. Don't know what the fuck you're saying, but he can copy it. The crow know what the fuck you're saying and can say it. Okay?
Whoa.
Them niggas use their feet to cook, to fucking make their house and dig up worms and all that shit. And if you have it in the house, they'll steal shit and hide it in a secret place.
Wow.
The crow.
Wow.
You're right. The crow also down here. They stand at the poles and they talk to us when we go in the building.
They're very intelligent.
And also too, when we do our rituals, crows will be filled in the yard or on top of the houses.
People don't know that crows can talk and understand what you say.
I want to see if you have a correlation with this. One of my guys say, man, what's one of my brothers in New Orleans? He's very spiritually in tune. He likes some dogs, but he said he don't deal with some dogs. And he said some dogs are gonna got some karmatic debt because they did a lot of bad to her. And I think that's what he told him. And that just came out the ethers. That was just something.
Well, that's true because cats are also y'all can see their hands how they've had incarnations that may have been human.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
cats are. The house cats we have, the house cats that are in the house, in the stores and all that, that's a GMO. That's not a real animal. The real cats, the real cats are. They have one in, I think it's in Europe, and it's on my website too. I can't think of the name of it right now, but it's an original cat, just like the original cat in America comes from the hyena. The hyena is a mix of a cat and a dog.
That's right.
It's both. It's both.
Right.
So let me see, the hyena, no, it's another animal, and if I could get the name of it, I will let you know. Let me see. It's got a really weird name, and I got it on my video page. And if you go to my video page, it says I think it says nothing on this page is true.
I'm on that page. Nothing is on this true. On this page.
Right, and you'll see an animal called a thylacine. And it's a video, and it'll show that's a tiger and a dog.
You're right.
Okay.
What? Oh, just like that.
It's called a thylacine. That's overseas, but in America, it's the hyena.
Oh.
That's where you get both the cat and the dog from. That animal.
Cat and dog, right?
Right.
So you said the hyena.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you, God, for that. It looks like a monkey body and.
Wow.
That's the video. As you saw it moving around, it opens its mouth for you and all of that. And when you look at it, you don't know if it's a dog or a cat.
Right.
It's both.
Laugh.
Wow.
You know, so a lot of things we don't know about, simple little things about animals. Like a lot of people don't know a polar bear is black.
You're right, underneath their fur.
That's right.
Have y'all guys seen that tiger mixed with a lion?
Now that's human modification.
Mm-hmm.
That's human genetic modification.
Right.
Meanwhile, both those animals have different genetics that do different things. A tiger is much more powerful than a lion.
Right.
And bigger. Okay, and it's a loner. Whereas a lion lives with his pride. So they put conflicting energies to create a wild imbalance, which the animal will look like it ain't going to live long anyway. So sometimes certain animals, like, because we were the ones who made all the animals, really.
Right.
But we knew how to, like, for instance, the kitty cat. We knew we had to take that cat out of that hyena, put in some damn rabbit genes and a goddamn squirrel gene and some other shit, and then now we got a house cat.
Right.
Okay? We knew we had to do that. Okay? Whereas this European, what the fuck is you merging a lion with a fucking tiger for? The fuck is that going to do?
Eat
you understand me? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
is there some kind of DNA? Is there some kind of DNA? Is there some kind of DNA connection?
The person who got into this a lot was that nigga Mark Anthony and his people who was fucking with Cleopatra, because Cleopatra had the biggest zoo on planet Earth. And he was fucking genetic experiments had his people dealing with genetic experiments with Cleopatra's animals.
Because she had the biggest what on Earth?
Zoo.
Oh, okay. And is there some kind of DNA connection with the dog and the European DNA? I've heard.
Dog.
Well, the genetics, yes. The human, monkey, like you said, rat. I don't know about the cat part, but I think the cat you can replace that with a fucking pig.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Because
that's why the pig. If you take a pig and you cut that pig open, all his organs and chakras are in the same place as the European. And don't forget, though, the pig is the smartest land animal. That's the smartest animal on 4 feet. Okay? Go watch Green Acres. Okay? All right? It's a proven fact that they're extremely intelligent.
Wow.
I know anything bite they can take any kind of bite from any poisonous animal too, right?
They learn extremely quickly. They learn quickly. Like the length it takes for you to train a dog, it won't take a pig half that time.
Wow.
Okay.
We didn't like it. We didn't eat it. You know what I mean? But I never heard of that before. That's amazing.
I haven't either. No,
that's fascinating. We just don't eat it.
And the pig that we have is also a genetic modification from the original pig, which was a hairy, ugly, bestial-looking thing.
A boar,
like a warthog. Damn near the size of a goddamn hippo.
And sharp teeth.
Yeah.
So those Eurasian hogs in Russia are closest, because those things I've seen on TV, they're really big.
Well, the one we have, the one that they fucking cut up and put in your supermarket, they got 7 chakras. Okay? Those big hairy ones only go up to 6 chakras. All right? And certain animals, even the horse only has 6 chakras. So that pig is on the higher realm, evolutionarily speaking, as when it comes to animals. And yes, and that's the reason why Elijah Muhammad said, don't fuck with it. Because it's damn near human. It's a person.
Yeah, because overweight Caucasians have that piggish face feature.
Yes, they do. Yes,
well, I mean, that was the whole reason for the Nation of Islam not eating pork. It's too close to a human.
Wow.
Because their flesh is almost the same consistency as human flesh. Well, I know their skin is, I know they do experiments on suntan lotion with European skin. And I have a picture with a blonde hair dog, and there's a blonde hair owner, and you cannot tell the difference between their blonde hair.
That's funny, brother. But I will say this.
I gotta be specific though. It was not the kinky blonde hair, the melanated with the the melatonic gold hair.
Sometimes when a person loves someone or something so much, they begin to resemble it. So that can have implications too. Masters always look like the dog. Always look like the master. Right. The wife always look like the husband. Otherwise, if that doesn't occur, there's no love there. That's how you know people when they walk down the street together or they hang together. You know whether or not they love each other because they fucking look alike. All right? That's why when you love your dog, when you love your dog, your cat, all of that nigga gonna start looking like your ass.
Taking care of children too that aren't biologically yours. Yeah.
That's true. Right. Yes, anything. Because what happens is they receive those thoughts. and those thoughts are interchangeable and magnetic. And they're learning from you, especially if it's an animal. That's how they become human. They have to learn from you. They can't reincarnate as an animal again, knowing all that shit they learned from a human. How the fuck you gonna do that? You gonna know some shit a human know and still come back a dog? You can't do it. Okay? So they evolution, they come into the human realm as lower energies, and we mad at them because they knuckle draggers. I saw one. I said, damn, that nigga right there look like a orangutan. That nigga look like a fucking pit bull. Because people you evolutionize from the animal realm into the human realm.
You're right. Look like a rat. You're right. You're right.
And the reason for that is because once they're around a human past a certain amount of time, they pick up the thoughts, and they can no longer manifest with an animal brain.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, it makes a lot of sense. Because whenever you're down or something, there are some dogs, like my cousin has a dog, and I remember some years ago I was down. Dog came over me, right to my pineal, and just was like, what? And just told me telepathically, what's wrong? A beagle. And I just know from research they're very intelligent dogs, the little beagle dogs. I was like, what? And I thought he was playing. He just jumped up by me, and looked me, like, wow, yeah. Yeah, I guess you got a pineal or something up in there.
Yeah, and they'll die for you, too. So.
Yeah, dog world, that's what they call man's best friend, God spelled backwards.
Speaking of dogs and gods, I just want to give a shout-out to the brothers and the sisters that's in the Dismal Crypt. We know y'all listening, and it's easier to listen this late in the night. So, we just appreciate y'all love and support, and just shouts out. Peace and honor.
No doubt.
I did. Peace and honor.
Brother Azzaziel, you got any closing remarks before we get up off of here?
I just want to thank you, my brother, and thank you for allowing us this space to really talk some super conscious stuff, brother. Looking forward to see you here back up in New York. And send me some PDF files or something. I'll shoot you over some stuff, too.
All right, I definitely will. No doubt about it. I appreciate you coming on. I mean, man, yo, you dropped it. You dropped it, and I'll have you back on here again.
Yeah, no problem, brother. It's just that my time, you know for yourself, my time clock was all screwed up, so.
Right.
Since I'm not mixed up with
Right, well, I think that's the reason why the Ancestors also, for the last 3 shows, we've been doing it at 2 a.m. in the morning. So,
right.
I think that was something in which that just had to be in order to get you on here.
Right.
Learned a lot from you, bro.
Well, I'll tell you, brother, I had a lot of fun. Thank you, bro.
We did.
I appreciate you. Thank you,
Peace to the audience out there. Don't forget to see Azzaziel.com, AZZAZIEL.com, and Majade.com, MA-JADE.com. And thank everybody for listening. Hit us up with the email. Support the brother, Alim Bey. And, brother, I'm thinking about getting on that ship with you, so I'm working on it.
Yes.
Oh, man.
We're going to have a link on our website for y'all's website, too.
Yeah, I know. But I'm really considering it. Because I haven't been out of the country in like a couple of years now, so I think I'm about ready.
Well, we're excited. We're going to do a ritual, and it'll be more powerful with y'all there. So I'm just cheesing from ear to ear now. So
yeah, I got a feeling we'll be there.
Great.
No doubt. Appreciate that.
With that, brother, I'm going to knock out.
Peace and blessings.
Peace and love.
Peace. So much love. Peace and love.
First World Order Radio. Finally, we are on the air. No doubt.
All right. There's always going to be somebody in the building on First World Order Radio.
We get on into some of that order consciousness tonight.
First World Order Radio every Wednesday, 8 p.m.
got to talk about what is taking place on the planet.
There's always going to be somebody in the building on First World Order Radio. First, we need to let you know we're going to be doing more shows, giving out more information on Wednesdays. Wednesday at 8 o'clock, we are now going to make this the hottest day of the week.
Preceding others in time, order, importance. The most prominent parts, voices, or instruments. Earthly state of human concerns in existence. An indefinite multitude, quantity, or distance. System regulates to bring about specifics in the group based on value and natural characteristics. Current radiates electromagnetistics of sound through the air, same as your thoughts transmits it. Preceding others in time, order, importance. The most prominent parts, voices, or instruments. Earthly state of human concerns in existence. An indefinite multitude, quantity, or distance. System regulates to bring about specifics in the group based on value and natural characteristics. Current radiates electromagnetistics of sound through the air, same as your thoughts transmits it.
You need to understand how magical this, something like this every Wednesday can become. So you need to start getting your calendar right, get your schedule right. You need to know our intention straight out.
All right, so, I mean, these clues are given throughout the various languages was to piece the puzzle of this ancient mystery school back together again.
And what we plan on doing, both of us, is bringing y'all some surefire dynamite. We're going to take this level up a notch. We're going to have stuff to do here. This is not just going to be about philosophies and theories, shit that works.